Sports gambling equals modern day slavery. Somebody had to say it. I know some people are going to hear this and they're going to call me, a buzzkill, an old head hunk, whatever. But somebody had to say it. The government already taxes you on basically everything. Your income, property taxes, sales tax when you buy anything. And now after you've already been taxed, you get your money. You're now giving your money away again to these big corporations. It could be to the government, whatever, call it whatever you want, the system, the matrix, whatever. You're giving more of your money. In some areas, the government has their state or provincial approved like gambling sites or whatever. You're basically giving more of your money back to the government, right? And when we already get taxed into the ground, you're giving more of your money away. And again, remember, the house always wins. I know some people are going to hear this and they're going to think, oh, well, I've had some big wins, this, that, and the other. I promise you, 99.9% of the people who gamble, if you totaled up the amount that you gambled, you've lost more than you won. I know some people get lucky; they hit a parlay, whatever. You win big here and there, but overall, you're losing more than you win. And I'm not talking about like a friendly bet that you have with your buddy here and there. You go to the casino a few times a year, and you gamble $100 or something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about consistent gambling. Setting up parlays every single day. That's what I'm talking about here. And I'm just gonna give you guys some numbers here. In the United States, through the first 11 months of 2025, commercial gaming revenue totaled 71.49 billion, 8.7% higher than the previous year. In Canada, total gross revenue from online gambling surpassed 4 billion in 2025. That's up 34% from the year before. 34%. Again, I'm from Canada. There's a cost of living crisis in a lot of our major cities, and you got people gambling like crazy. And again, it's tough. I know some people try to, find a way to make a quick buck here or there, but I mean, if you're gambling away your money, like it's like you're like a modern day slave, right? We already bust our ass working 40 plus hours a week. Some people work even more than that. They work longer hours, and we get taxed into the ground. And we have again, cost of living crisis in certain areas. Housing is very unaffordable. Their inflation is up, and again, people are just gambling away their money. And I know we have this weird culture around gambling where it's considered cool, hitting those parlays and whatnot. And you see all this these TikTok videos and stuff like that, these reels about gambling, and it's funny, but it's not really that funny, right? You're giving your money away to the system. Okay, the government is winning again. You're giving it back to the matrix, the system, the politicians, whatever you want to call it. You're giving your money, more of your money back to them, and they're laughing their way to the bank. These guys are making billions in revenue, right? I mean, it's crazy. And again, I feel like this culture has been normalized, where it's it's considered cool, right? And again, you see these videos and they try to create this culture around it where it's funny, it's cool. Hey, what's the parlay? What's the slip? Is it a lock? Blah blah blah. I don't think this is really it's not funny. I really think that we need to say it out loud. Again, you guys can look this up yourself. There's a massive problem with gambling addiction in places like the United States, Canada, and stuff like that. Very, very big problem and one of the things that people say is with other addictions, alcohol addiction, drug addiction, whatever, you can see the visible signs that somebody's addicted to drugs or whatnot, right? With gambling, you can never look at someone and be like, hey, that person's gambling, right? So there's a lot of people out there who could be gambling away their money, and on the outside, they'll completely fine. But they're just throwing their money away, right? And again, call me an old head hunk, a vibe killer, whatever, but sports gambling is modern day slavery, dude. You are being a cut to the system, to these massive corporations, and they are laughing at us. You know what I mean? There's already so many other problems. Again, a lot of you guys probably seen the Epstein files being released, all the twisted, demonic stuff that these guys are doing, right? This is just another facet for them to fund that sort of behavior, right? Yeah, just a thought I had. Thought I'd rant about it. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree, whatnot. Am I overthinking this? But I don't think I am. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Again, these guys are laughing their way to the bank while you and your loved ones struggle. You know what I mean? But who knows? Again, just a thought I had. Put it out there, see what people think, what they have to say. But again, if you gamble, dude, the politicians win again, the CIA wins again, Mossad wins again, the Matrix, the system, whatever you want to call it, they win when you gamble. Okay? But yeah, I thought I'd put it out there. Thanks so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and as always, God bless every single one of you. You guys have a good one.